Every time Rollins gets a big break in the company, an injury stops him right in his tracks, whilst
The knee problems are gonna be like horrible when he gets older, bro. Cause yo, what up? It's Ahmadjay back here in another video. Today we're about to be reacting to a video by WrestleMania. The video is going to be on WWE has an age problem. I couldn't agree more. As much as I love these superstars right now, Roman Reigns, even though he's overrated, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, but they all got one thing in common. They're either in their 40s or some of these guys are approaching 50, and it's like, what is going to be going on for the next few years if you guys don't be pushing wrestlers? I mean, like I said, they're doing a good job. They're doing a good job for a few superstars like Obafemi, but at the same time, they're doing a bad job for a lot of other superstars like Dom, Braun Breaker. It's just been like a whole bunch of old guys in the main event. You just haven't really had like a younger person in the main event. If it's like a younger person in the main event right now, they're either just like kind of jobbing out to the older talent or coming up short, basically. I mean, it's been good, but this topic just kind of hard to just get stuck on, because like I really like the older guys, but like it's their time in the sun is almost over. So like I'm kind of worried for WWE, because like it's like, what are they gonna do once these people are gone? You better push a lot of these younger superstars right now, so you have a lot of people to fall back on when they're all gone. But let's just get into the reaction, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you've been enjoying the wrestling videos. I have a whole bunch of other reactions to wrestling in the wrestling tab. So if you like watching wrestling along with people and discussing, I'm your guy.
age in pro wrestling. Traditionally, pro wrestling has always worked in the same way. The seasoned over wrestlers would be the main eventers, and they would from time to time work with younger talent in the hope of elevating them to the next level. This has been done countless times throughout WWE history, and most of the time, it works wonders for creating new stars. Take for instance, in 2002, WWE needed to create a new next big thing, pun intended, following the planned WWE exits of Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, so they decided to go all in on Brock Lesnar. Lesnar would work with countless legends throughout the summer of 2002 before he defeated The Rock at 2002 SummerSlam pay-per-view to become the WWE Champion. This is the easiest way.
When I was younger, I didn't really understand this concept, because like he was like, man, Brock Lesnar beat The Rock? No way. But then when you get older, you understand a lot more stuff, and like there wouldn't be a lot of superstars with credibility today if it wasn't for a lot of like the older guys sacrificing a little bit of something. But like it's been a lot of people wrestling into their older age, because like lighter schedules, a lot of developments in like stem cells and a lot of that crap that help like older guys get back, the testosterone stuff. But and honestly, a lot of people just not want to go into like other projects yet. Roman Reigns is gonna become an actor next, I bet. But yeah, honestly, yeah, I kind of understand this aspect now of them going full in on Brock Lesnar, because he stayed at least for a few years
To create a star. However, that wrestler must be somewhat over, and it must be a name that fans are willing to accept in that position. This approach can also backfire, as take for instance in 2010 when WWE decided to make Jack Swagger the next big thing. Probably not a single fan wanted Swagger in the role except for himself, so despite Randy Orton attempting to put Swagger over, the fans just didn't want to see him in the main event role, so it completely failed. Now, granted, this type of approach sometimes involves WWE taking a big chance on a wrestler and hoping that they can connect with the crowd, and these decisions should be made with some logic and understanding of the modern core audience.
That kind of really sucks, because a lot of these stars connect with the fans, and they still are not pushing these young talent. Dom was on fire a year ago when he won the Intercontinental Championship, and they just shit the bed with him right now.
If WWE took this approach today, they could easily present Trick Williams or Obafemi in the Lesnar-style role from 2002. Yet if they tried to insert a name such as Austin Theory in that role, it may be more of an uphill battle. So what changed? Concerns related to WWE's aging roster began to surface a number of years ago. it was becoming apparent that every single name that was winning the world title was over 40 years old. This was even extending to newer names WWE were pushing, such as Damian Priest, who won his first world title in 2024 at the age of 41. Wrestling has changed over the years, and long gone are the days of wrestlers in WWE working 300.
I never knew Priest was 40 until I like really got into it and searched. I'm like, this nigga's 40? No way.
Plus days a year. This has had a lot of benefits for WWE talent, as they can rest their bodies and they aren't working themselves into the ground to make ends meet. Another key factor is the fact that top names such as Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns barely wrestle on TV in any capacity. Rhodes still works every single live event, but for Reigns, he hasn't worked a live event match since the Biden administration. This is notable as back in the 90s, top stars such as Stone Cold Steve Austin would be wrestling on TV all the time, and would be an expectation from the core viewer that if they were watching Raw, then Austin would be wrestling on the show or at the very least taking part in some form of physicality. The advancement of medical science and research has also vastly helped WWE's aging roster. Randy Orton could have been retired for a number of years now due to his back injury, yet he was able to recover and return at the top of his game in WWE. The same goes for Kevin Owens, who had a career-altering neck injury that could have easily retired him. Now, whilst we're of course grateful that these legends are still wrestling, it's worth pointing out that these names aren't immortal, and their bodies are going to continue to break down. Owens even stated that when he returned at SummerSlam, that he was going to go all in on when it comes to his physicality in WWE, or in his words, until the wheels fall off. Now, whilst it's appreciated that Owens loves WWE and pro wrestling so much, there is concern that he may go too far, and he may end his pro wrestling career due to an injury rather than...
Yeah, I really think Kevin Owens needs to stop going so far into it. I know it sucks to see a wrestler wrestle a lot slower in their day, but if it helps them wrestle longer, hey, I don't care, bro. Especially nowadays when I'm like in the prime, when I'm like older and I see how I can be a wrestling fan, like I really want these people to just like live out their dreams and like wrestle. But I feel like Kevin Owens is like risky style. It just needs to like take a dial back. He's getting older, and I see bro like jumping off of shit. Like what he did at SummerSlam was kind of risky, but he's been doing that for years. Like, man, slow it down a bit. Like I said, I want these wrestlers to wrestle for a good little minute. So like I said, it's an aging problem, but
due to his personal desire to call it a day. But let's look at the roster itself. So how deep is the issue with age on the main roster? And is it as dramatic as we're making it sound? Now, to analyze this, it's worth analyzing the main event scene, examining the age of specific wrestlers, and looking how long they have left as an in-ring performer. The first being Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is 41 years old, and he currently works a part-time role in the company. Whilst Reigns works significantly more dates than he did during his epic world title reign, he doesn't work any live events, and is prone to missing TV dates. This is likely going to continue over the next few years, before Reigns rides off into the sunset, that sunset being over Hollywood Boulevard. But what about CM Punk? CM Punk is one of the oldest names on the roster at 47, and he's admitted that he's sick of fans asking when he's going to retire. Whilst Punk can still bring it at a high level, it looks like he's been in an Iron Man match every single singles match, so it's clear that decades of wrestling is catching up to him. But what about Cody Rhodes? Rhodes is the same age as Roman Reigns, and Rhodes continues to work a full-time role in WWE.
Bro, yeah, that's true. CM Punk, I feel like he ain't got that long right now. He's wrestling good, but like you said, he looks like he's always been he's just tired after every match. I know wrestling is a physical thing, but bro looks like he's just done. I'm like, oh man, he looked like he was out of it during that match against Cody Rhodes.
Rhodes wrestles just as great as anyone on the roster in 2026, and it wouldn't be a surprise if we get at least another 5 years of the American Nightmare on top. Seth Rollins. While Seth Rollins is on the younger side of things at the age of 40, he's become somewhat injury-prone as of late. Every time Rollins gets a big break in the company, an injury stops him right in his tracks. Whilst Rollins doesn't discuss retirement in any capacity, we can't rule out Rollins calling it a day sometime soon. He looks set to take a serious role backstage in WWE, which means he'll be around the wrestling business for a long time to come. And of course,
honestly, yeah, Seth Rollins just has bad luck, bro. If there's like one person that has like a prone injury to just like getting injured all the time, is Seth Rollins. The knee problems are gonna be like horrible when he gets older, bro. Cause shit, all of those damn surgeries, oh man. And his high fly risky style kind of needs to slow down a bit too. He's at the age of 40 right now.
Randy Orton. Randy Orton is 46 years old and is one of the most seasoned wrestlers in the entire company. Orton debuted all the way back in 2002, and it's insane to think that he's still a main eventer and is still able to bring it in the ring. The issue is that Orton's back injury could cause problems in the future, and although Orton states that he doesn't plan on retiring yet, he may end up being forced to hang up his boots. He also isn't a full-timer as he takes extended breaks from television, so being part-time Orton is something fans are going to have to get used to. Now, of course, these are just a select few names on the main roster, and the fundamental issues is that if all of these names had to call it a day tomorrow, WWE would be in serious trouble. WWE's ultimate
Honestly, it's good in the sense that they taking their time and taking their breaks for like you know, going on little breaks to wrestle a little bit longer. But at the same time, when you're a part-timer, you come back, take somebody else's spot, the younger talent, like the time you're not there, they had to like put together a whole program and, you know, do what they can to just like make you know, make it an attraction for everybody. Then you come back and then you, I guess you still their spotlight. So I can understand how young talent could be mad about that option too.
failed to bring up names to their level outside of maybe Femi, but that's taken a ton of resources. WWE had to go all in on Femi, and Brock Lesnar literally had to go off script to endorse Femi as the next big thing. Is WWE going to do this with names such as Trick Williams and Braun Breaker? Well, it seems heavily unlikely, but action is needed. As things stand, Femi is the only name on the roster that feels like a star that could hang with the names previously mentioned, and this should be raising major alarm bells within WWE. The good thing for WWE is that fan interest in these new stars is there. For the August 10th Raw, the segment between Femi and Braun Breaker was the most viewed segment on every single platform, and they achieved this by a substantial margin. The desire for these new stars is there, yet granted, this came on a show that didn't feature any of the names listed earlier, so is this just a case of them being the biggest names left on a show without that much star power? So is WWE aware of the problem? A number of top WWE talent have commented on the age problem in the company, and the supposed face of the company, Cody Rhodes, had some rather interesting comments to make on the topic. Speaking on The Breakfast Club, the American Nightmare stated, "Well, it goes in phases. So like in the golden 80s, it was, we used to joke, wrestler prime for the man was 35 to 42. That's in the golden 80s, and that's because they needed all that experience psychologically. They worked, they did this town to town, the live crowds are everything. How do you work with a live crowd? How do you involve them with this? We're not going to do this just for each other, we're not going to do this just for the camera." Rhodes would then add that it's an experienced crew in the locker room right now, and Rhodes appeared to be keen not to offer any negative spins on the topic. There's this famous picture of me and CM Punk and Matt Cardona. We're all babies and we had won the big titles, but we didn't have a clue really at that point. We didn't have that experience. So now you think you're getting back into where you've got? I know exactly who we're talking about here. Roman, me, Punk, Randy, the main events of WrestleMania. I'd just like to say it's a very experienced crew. Rhodes is definitely right in what he's saying, and it would be awkward if he outright said that he and other top names need to step away due to their age.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like if some of the if WWE sees some of the talent like doing good, test them out, give them like opportunities. If they can't hack it, keep them in the mid card. If they can't do what they can keep them in the mid card. I think they should just test more talent out and just try to put them in the main event and give them some credibility when all these people leave, bro. I think that's just the best thing to do, because right now Braun Breaker somewhat got some credibility. Femi definitely got some credibility, since he just said and we saw that Brock Lesnar had to literally go off script to just promote this man, and they haven't been really they've been really in a sense doing it, but they need to get it across like right now. And they better hurry up and like let this man like face somebody at least before the King of the Ring come around again, and then you're gonna have like, oh, who's gonna face who? See, that's just kind of it gets annoying to me. It gives me a headache. Why let this man go on and face Brock Lesnar again or just give him a WWE title match really quick, and then like, you know, have some respect, endorse the man again. But yeah, they gotta like really think of what's gonna happen next.
However, Rhodes, as well as other main eventers, must be aware that WWE needs to act. Interestingly, John Cena did an interview with CBS Sports, and Cena outright admitted that he and other names stayed on top for over 2 decades, and this may have impacted WWE's ability to create new young talent. I don't think one reason points in that direction. It could be someone like me who had an unprecedented stay of 23 years. Keep in mind, that's not the usual career length of a WWE champion and superstar. And alongside me, Randy Orton side by side, Batista a little bit of a shorter run, and Brock Lesnar in and out. For that class that you spoke of so highly, we had an anomaly of longevity and success, and that takes up time and spots. Cena would state that WWE is loaded with youth, and it's only a matter of time before the company gets a new world champion that is younger in age than most of the top names right now. Cena has clearly seen this issue for years, and even though some fans will blame Cena for not standing aside years ago, he did try to put over names such as Austin Theory, Solo Sikoa, and even Dominic Mysterio. Then WWE's booking massively let them down. So what is next? How does
Yeah, a lot of fans really can't spend time blaming Cena for all of that. Like, this was like years ago when Super Cena was doing all that crap. We gotta stop. Like, see, this is the thing about wrestling fans. They just keep on blaming like the person from all years ago. We gotta focus on the now. We don't got time for what happened back in the day. A lot of people have moved on from there. Like, especially a lot of superstars, they have moved on. They can't stay angry forever. Staying angry forever literally leads you nowhere. I think I literally saw an interview. I think I saw a video from WrestleMania today. Ryback finally buried his hatchet for CM Punk. You know how he stayed angry for a long time. That was a mature thing of Ryback. He said, you can't stay angry for long. I may not like him or may not forgive him. We ain't gonna become friends, but you gotta, there's sometimes you gotta forgive people, especially, but fans are not gonna do that. Just gonna keep like complaining and, you know, blaming everybody. But like he said, you could do everything you can, but at the end, it's WWE's fault because they can't capitalize on a lot of shit. They especially didn't capitalize on Solo Sikoa back then, but now they kind of are, but a little too late.
WWE combat this? There has been a push from fans to see WrestleMania 43 act as the WrestleMania 21 of the modern era. This would see a reset at the top of the card, with Obafemi taking home the world title and another name such as Braun Breaker winning the WWE title. This could work extremely well, yet will WWE get behind the idea? WWE knows that names such as Reigns, Punk, Rhodes, and Orton draw in the main event scene, so are they going to leave it until the very last moment to pull the trigger on the new talent? We have to remember that TKO only sees dollars and cents, so ultimately there are so many X factors that are going to get into WWE pulling the trigger on the next generation. What do you guys think?
Yeah, honestly, I want them to hurry up and just kind of like get some talent together and push them, and just don't waste them, bro. Because you're wasting Dom with Danhausen. What you're wasting a Braun Breaker in a damn Vision stable. That stable gets on my nerves. If you've been watching my wrestling videos, you know I just notoriously do not like them. I know you're not supposed to like them because they're heels. I just do not like the group because like it feels like it just doesn't need to be there. They're taking away time from like the tag team scene. That whole thing sucks. But like honestly, yeah, all these older superstars are gonna be out the door, bro, pretty soon, because they got their own lives, bro. They literally are about to just go and just live their life or go pursue other shit. TKO better stop worrying about like other people. I mean, well, TKO better stop worrying about making money, because hey, you better make some money with these superstars that actually kind of want it. You know that they're younger right now. But man, honestly, yeah, I agree with that sentiment. They really have an old problem right now. Even though we love these superstars, they're older right now, and they are about to get pushed out the door pretty soon. If not, they're just about to go do something else. But yeah, I hope they really consider pushing these wrestlers and getting their shit together. And honestly, TKO, I don't know what the fuck they're about to do, because they just keep doing everything to bring celebrities in, and it's a big celebrity problem too with them taking the younger superstars as time up and all the TV time. But yeah, we can only hope this gets better for the future. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments about this this older superstar problem. But don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 900, and link for the video will be in the description. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?